the next, I call to you, founder of Up Your Game Community, Rahul Shah. Time's yours.
All right. Thank you so much for this opportunity to be here. This is my third time here, I think. I've been here, I think, from the very first edition. Was a lovely experience the first time around in Batam. Was an excellent experience last year back here in Singapore. This year, I think everybody knows that the world has brought us to a very different position where we are meeting uh, uh, cross geographies. We are meeting virtually. We have taken this online. And it's so good to see everybody here. Although I do hope that very, very soon we'll be able to do this as a live session again and we're going to see each other face to face. If any one of you my Facebook and familiar faces, right? Any of you is my Facebook, or if any one of you goes and takes a look at my Facebook account, and you scroll all the way down to a post as a post at the end of 20, you will have a year of my life, and I'm grateful that it's over, and I never want to experience it again. And I was full of optimism about 2020. I was happy that a new year is coming about. I had goals set, I had plans set, there was good momentum, there was lots of excitement, there was lots of enthusiasm. You know, we were getting loads and loads of inquiries at the start of the year. Basically, I'm in the training and development industry, so I'm a professional trainer and speaker in the area of communications. So, you know, it's a great place to be because there were so many inbound inquiries and the calendar was filling up really quick and things were looking really, and then you sleep one day, you wake up the next morning, and boom, you're in a different world altogether, right? This news of this pandemic or this virus has suddenly taken the world by storm, and you're waking up in an entirely different world. And nobody knows what's happening. Nobody knows much about the virus. Nobody knows how it's spreading. Nobody knows how dangerous it is. Nobody knows what kind of treatment is available to it. No one knows anything, but you got to take precautions. People are scrambling. There's lots of panic. You know, governments are calling for safe distancing. A lot of caution is being thrown away. And suddenly, all those inquiries, all that built up momentum overnight just disappears. And I'm sure I'm not the only one who has faced this. Every single one of you, whether you're an employee or whether you were running a business, you probably experienced the same thing as well. That one moment, that one piece of news that just completely changed our life for the entire 2020. Now, whether that was a good thing or that was not a good thing, I'll leave that for you guys to decide for yourself. That's not the topic of discussion today. I've got basically about 6 minutes to share with you how did we manage to stay productive and creative in the midst of all this chaos and initial panic and fear and concern, and how do we get through it? And how have we come today? How have we still managed to sail through? So I'm going to share with you a couple of experiences. When that situation hit, the first instance was worry. Right, I got a newborn son at that point in time. You know, he was only, I think, 6-7 months old. You know, my wife was about to start her master's program and she was back to school. So, you know, then we had just moved into a new home. So, you know, there was a lot of setting up to do. There were a lot of costs associated with it. And when your income goes from a certain amount to zero, absolutely nothing for a couple of months, you get worried, right? So I was worried, right? And I have not had to be worried for quite a number of years. I mean, for those of you who have heard my previous talks before, I do talk about how I retired in terms of mindset by age of 30. And suddenly now I'm jolted back to reality and say, no, I can't afford to be retired in terms of mindset anymore because it's a different world, you know? And you got to start rolling up your sleeves and start getting down to work again because you got to make sure you're securing your egg basket. You got to start securing your finance basket. So what do we do? I think a couple of lessons that I have personally learned, guys, is this. Number one, I learned during this period of time that when panic happens, when there's chaos all around you, there's a lot of noise all around you, and that noise goes up, you know, a notch or 2 notches or 3 notches higher than yourself. You gotta move away because you do not want to be in the midst of all that noise and clutter. It's not going to make you productive. It's not going to give you much room to be creative. It's going to stifle you. It's going to add more pressure to you. It's going to add more stress to you. All that negativity is going to bog you down even more. So the first thing you want to do, and what I did, was I moved myself away from all that. And I just went to this silent space, right, where I just want to be with myself, my family, and I wanted to just think and reflect about what I could and what I wanted to do next. So the first thing is, every time we come across a situation where you're in the midst of chaos, panic, a lot of noise, whether it's virtual noise, online noise, social media noise, communication noise, environmental, move away. Go find a quiet space for yourself, right? Distance yourself. Let yourself have a peace of mind where you can sit and you can reflect, and you can have some clarity of thoughts. So that's the first important thing that has to be done every time you're in a something that the second most important thing that I learned is basically to be real with yourself. You gotta be able to embrace what's within your control and what's not within your control. Gigs disappearing overnight, not within my control. Pandemic spreading, not within my control. Government policies, not within my control. What was within my control? Understanding what are the strengths that I have, understanding what is it that people are looking for even in the midst of this time. Remember, as long as people are existing, they have needs. And you gotta find what those needs are and what do you have that you can use to serve those needs. Right, so this is the second thing, right? From hang on, I've seen a lot of business owners just struggle, right? Struggle to just hang on to something that even when they knew deep down that this is not gonna work, this is a sinking ship, for sentiment value reasons, for emotional reasons, for reasons best known to them, they just do not want to move on. They want to hang on to that, right? And when you do that, you're just gonna sink. Right, with this ship, you're going to sink. You do not want to do that. You want to make sure you're able to save yourself, save your crew, save the people around you. At least you'll be able to build a new raft, if not another ship, right? And you want to keep sailing. You want to keep moving. So it's very important that you remain real to yourself. Know what's within your control. Know what's not within your control. Embrace reality. I think that's extremely important. It's very bitter, very difficult, but you must embrace. These are the first two things. The third thing and the final thing I want to share with you guys is this. Build a support system around you of people that are positive, of people who are driven, of people who are on a similar journey to you, right? It's important to know that you're not alone. You can be in a space of silence, but it's always good to come out once in a while and check it. And when you're coming out at once in a while, you want to be amongst people who they're on a positive journey. It uplift you, make you feel empowered, give you sound advice, not impose that advice onto you, but basically give you that 2 cents and allow you the space to reflect upon it and let you accept what you want to accept and do away with what you think is not viable to you at this point in time. I think having that ecosystem around you of people, of networks, is extremely, extremely important. So these are the top 3 things I think that served me well in staying productive and creative throughout this entire year. Right, being able to distance myself away from all the noise, all the clutter, and be extremely focused. All right, in space of silence and peace, of thought on what I do, and just work with what I do have and what I can offer and provide. And that meant streamlining a lot of things, cutting away with all the clutter and going straight to the point, telling businesses, telling clients this is what you need even in this time, and this is what I have to offer. And that kept you going. And third, having a good support system to bounce off ideas with, to support you, to create momentum with you. Yeah. So these are the top 3 things that I would say have helped me during this period of time. I'm pretty sure that you guys may have had a similar experience as well. I'm not sure whether that's 8 minutes already, but no, that's basically it. And if I have to share something within 8 minutes.